The concept of this build is I subsumed the 3 because we wanted to keep the core element of what Dante is, which is Overguard Man. So what I did was I was attempting to make a purely support Dante. So the concept of this is I use my 2 to give overguard. You know, I can do it 2 times, and then I press the 4 to give the big overguard. Boom, right? And then Mag's pull is on the 3 so that I could pull things into my Noctua to do this. So the reason why I was thinking about this concept is because of the tome mods. There's a bunch of tome mods like duration, strength, armor stripping, all sorts of shit in the tome mods. So I'm deciding to go that route with all those mods, since the good thing about the Noctua is that there's no limits on how many tomes you could put on there. So you could make a crazy ass support build out of it. So that's the point of this, is that's what I'm trying to do. Just pure support Dante. So this is the build here. It's basically a small little variant from my main build. So I'll be describing both of them, but it's essentially the same build except for like 1 mod. So Precision Intensify, Transient Fortitude, and Augur Secrets for as much strength as possible into that 4, because of course that's going to be the most beneficial ability on his kit. So we're going to be doing the 2-2-4 for the Overguard. So that's the big thing. Growing Power for some more, because why the hell not? And then Streamline and Fleeting Expertise right here for as much spamming as possible, which is not like super necessary at this case. So you could get rid of them if you wanted to, maybe throw on a flow or something and just chill with it. It's kind of open for, you know, you doing whatever you want. But I prefer Fleeting and Streamline because we're going to be spamming Mag's Pull a lot in this build. So I replaced the 3 with Mag's Pull. And I know you're already like screaming at the top of your lungs, like, what the fuck? This guy is crazy. He's out of his mind. This is the concept of this build. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Stretch, Augur Reach, and Overextended to make the range as much as possible for pull. We'll be getting all that strength back with Molt Augmented and the Noctua. So I'll be showing that. Arcane, this thing for the wall latch. I hate trying to pronounce that thing. So yeah, the wall latch thing we're running. You could probably even go with the crit chance. That's another thing that's probably possible. I don't know if it procs through Overguard. I guess we could test it out right now. If it doesn't, then I'll go back to that mod. Avenger. Okay, this one. So Arcane Avenger. This one is when you get hit, you get a crit chance increase. So sure, why not, right? So that's it with that build. If you want to just go with a basic Dante build, then you can do this regular one that I have. The only thing I changed, basically, it's the same identical build except for Overextended, because I wanted to have the most strength possible so the nuking works. So I put Natural Talent in the place of Overextended. So yeah, that's basically the switch. That's all it is, just that one mod. So as far as we're staying on the mag build, that's what we're focused on right now. So Noctua. So this is what I did with the Noctua. So Hornet Strike, of course, with the damage, multi-shot with Galvanized Diffusion, crit chance with Prime Pistol Gambit, and then the crit damage with the Target Cracker. I'm running more fire rate with a Gunslinger because you need a lot of fire rate for this thing to be really nice. On top of this Loke one that gives you 30% more fire rate, and it gives it to the entire team, which is beautiful. That's really good. Too bad that these two don't give it to the team, but it's whatever. It's for yourself. So basically, well, I mean, we're getting armor stripping. So that's what this is here. So on kills, we're reducing the armor and shields of other enemies that are still alive within affinity range by 5%. So sure. So we're getting an AoE armor stripping basically. And then on top of that, this right here for the alternative fire mode is giving you ability strength. So that's going to be stacking up that Overguard even further than it already is. So that's going to put you over at least 200% on your strength, even though my build is at what, like 119, so I'm probably like well over that, because that's giving a good 60% on top of augmented another 60%. So I guess if we're going to use mathematics, then that would be plus 60 plus 60. So 239% increase the strength. So that's going to be a lot of overguard right there. And then also, you know, other things will be working. So yeah, it kind of works itself out. But anyway, let's go play with the build. This is going to be the first time that I'm experimenting with this. So let's see how it functions in the real world. So the main focus is going to be using the Noctua. So that's the one. And we're going to be using that as our main weapon. Using the alternative fire whenever that's up to just kind of nuke everything that came to us. So let me use the 2, give myself some overguard with the 4, blap. All right. So now we got this. Let's pull some mobs and then like this. Phew. So that's the nuke, basically. So mags pull, nuke. So this is the concept of it. It's just doing this. So this is the nuking build that I made for myself. I know you guys were questioning it. You were like, what the fuck is this garbage? As you can see, it actually works. So I can keep my overguard running, of course. So the main reason why I made this build was because I wanted to make like a priest healer out of him. And that way I can constantly be buffing myself, because as you can see, like right now, look at the buffs that are in here. I gave myself the Vom, so that's the increase in strength. It's at 48% at the moment. But basically, the way it works is when you do your alternative fire, the more mobs it hits, the more it's going to stack that. And it goes up to the cap 60%. So what I have to do is angle it a little bit better so that it hits all the mobs nicely, because I'm shooting it too close to the floor. So that's the problem. We're also getting the 30% fire rate all the time because we're just killing stuff. And all the other buffs, of course, like the Triumph is going and all sorts of shit. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So boom, this 4. Oh, I fucked up with that one. I killed them too fast. I guess killing them too fast is it's not a serious problem, but but it kind of is at the same time for this build. Here we go. Boom. There. You see how it went to 60%? Look, there it is right there. So increase in ability strength. Bam. 60%. And of course, you know, that fire rate is always going to be running all the time, because why the hell not? Growing power is still running. So I forgot about growing power. So that adds to that list. I don't have my calculator anymore. But anyway, that's 25% more strength. So that's a lot of overguard at this point. I can do this. Blah. 32,000 overguard. And then I could do it again if I want. Blah. 44,000. So it just goes right back to normal, basically. So boom, boom, blah. So yeah, it's impossible to die on this build, of course. I mean, it's impossible to die on this guy in general anyway. But this makes it even better, because basically, like, you're a pure support while also still doing the deeps that you're expected to do, you know? So if I didn't want to use the Noctua and I wanted to stop with that, I could change to a different weapon, you know? Like I can do melee if I want, with mags pull especially. We can sit here just doing mags pull and just meleeing everything on the floor, you know? This build isn't as bad as as we thought it was going to be. Especially with the right weapons. Like if you use like nuke weapons, like if you're running around with the Tsar, you're running around with dual Ichor, you're running around with like a lot of stuff. There's a lot of ways you can make some good AoE builds. So this shit is busted as fuck with the dual Ichor. This is crazy. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. I'm just holding down left click and doing my mag pull. I can't see anything. Alright, GG. That was a good test though.